Was geht, meine lieben Freunde, nur die und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen House of Fata Morgana Folge. Wir sind heute im 80. Let's Play angelangt und holy shit, Freunde, das ist echt krass, wie weit wir sind. 80 Let's Plays und in der 7. Dose sind wir jetzt. Time tracks on once again. Let's go. Also wahrscheinlich kommen wir jetzt
Ich würde
wieder.
mich an den Soundtrack von früher, da heißt so Time
Tracks
Ever
moving
Forward,
over.
irgendwie so.
Time,
Weißt du?
ich kann kurz einmal anschauen, also jetzt nicht anmachen, weil ich glaube Copyright. Aber wir können einmal kurz sauchen, Freunde. Frieren, Time, flows ever onward, meinst du?
Stimmt.
Hier. Er ist ziemlich cool und entspannt. Können wir nach dem Let's Play, wenn wir das Copyright, denke ich mal. Ja, Freunde, let's go. Retour. Letztes Mal war so, my mind and spirit were too far decayed. However, jetzt kommt die Stelle, ne? However, in my 10th year, the door opened once more, and time sputtered back into motion. When you showed up, Giselle, everything I had given up on, and everything I had thought I had lost, it all came back. At first, as you know quite well, I was deeply mistrustful of you. I hated having you around. But if I hadn't met you, in all likelihood, I probably would have continued down that path and become a demon.
Yo, Darcy. But you seem to me like a rather handsome man. I think I get what you're trying to say, but my mental image of a witch is definitely more a woman. So you're not a witch? To tell you the truth, I don't know who might be here. I didn't know who might be here, which had me rather scared. But I think I can make this work. It's a pleasure to meet you, Master.
After taking care of Giselle, I returned to my room. I was, to be quite honest, dumbfounded. And it was naturally the witch who stoked the fire of my apprehension.
Why would you let that woman stay here? She came from the bullying estate, and we both know how you feel about your family. Chase her out. Give her a little scare and she'll be gone within the day.
Ja, hat er geschafft.
If you'd rather not, I could always frighten her in your place. A rattling window here, a couple broken glasses there. Small things like that to attenuate the eerie atmosphere.
Lol.
And you're going to say anything else, yo. Richtig.
Why do you care about her at all?
Oh no, don't be like that. I live here too, so why shouldn't I care?
Ja, was du live hier, Digga, hier?
And I'm not
life.
fond of noisy people. Or a sprightly woman like that one.
Wahrscheinlich erinnert sie an die
That's something we can both agree on, isn't it? You don't like that woman, do you? The more a person smiles, the less you can trust them. Though I hardly have to tell you that, do I?
Stop talking.
No, that's not very polite.
Man, you're not polite. Shut the fuck up. Du redest für 2 Jahre in meinen Kopf die ganze Zeit täglich, every waking moment. This is a family matter. It is none of your concern.
I was merely offering to help rid you of a pest.
I don't need your help. I will get rid of that woman when I'm ready. But at first, I will find out what secret she's keeping. Then I will go back to living in peace.
Very well then. That pest has no place in your sweet solitude. The world before you now is so much kinder, so much warmer than the one you used to know. Well, good luck then. And if you need a helping hand, don't hesitate to ask. Oh, and by the way...
What now?
You've changed, my dear. And I like you so much better like this. I always hated how much you reeked of human. You were blessed with a body like unto God. You were personally created by his hands. I could only dream of having what you have. but you only wanted to deny it. Now though, you act that part much better. Saint, resurrected by the closest living thing to God. The Saint Morgana, resurrected. Perhaps this too could be considered a miracle.
Morgana.
Yes.
You are a deranged, delusional woman.
Why? Thank you.
Geil. Wieder die Prison, ne? Giselle was a woman who smiled a great deal. Her jade eyes seemed to glimmer every time she made a new face. And the more she smiled, the more vibrantly she spoke, the more suspicious I became. I couldn't trust someone who smiled that much, especially not a woman. And the way she kept trying to get friendly with me didn't help with that impression at all. I had a hard time believing she honestly wanted to get to know me. I couldn't help but think she was trying to fish for information. Anyone who tried to get close to me had to have some ulterior motive like EINE, who had only done so to satisfy Mother. Yeah. Perhaps my mistrust could have been considered paranoia, but even 10 years later, flashes of that nightmare would still come back to me from time to time. It would take more than a few attempts at being nice for me to trust this stranger. Und deswegen hat dann auch ihr believed, als sie so ausgelöscht ist, so, but no one will believe me, so wie es bei ihm ist.
Ja.
Eventually I came to realization that she was hiding something, and I convinced myself it was out of guilt.
Das meinte ich mit dieser Parallele so von ihr und sie mit den beiden, the suffered in the past, weißt du? Und dann wie er mit ihr leichter emphasizen kann, was du gerade gesagt hast.
So I wrote Mother in search of something I could use to tear her down, to get her out of here. I should have listened to Giselle, rather than Mother or the witch. Yeah, but I had conflated her with EINE in my mind. Ja, Digga, dann wäre ich aber mit dem Messer in die Kehle gegangen, Alter. So I was unable to see where the truth really lay. I was only able to perceive her as malicious. So instead of her, I put my faith in Mother's words, despite Mother never once doing the same for me.
My beloved daughter Michelle, I deeply regret having to put you in this situation. I never wanted to let that woman get anywhere near you. She's a witch. A terrible, sinful witch.
Digga, also wirklich alles, was ihr nicht gefällt, you're a cult, you're a witch.
A dreadful, tainted woman. She lay with my husband. With your father, Digga, Vater, dreckiger Bastard, okay. She's a lowly merchant girl who wormed her way into our family so she could exploit your father for money. She committed a grievous sin, the sin of adultery. I tried to have her executed, but your father wouldn't allow it. So instead, he had her banished to atone for her sins, unaware that you already lived there. And I could not tell him either, but that is mine and your brother's secret. I pray you can find it in your heart to forgive your mother for her failings. Forgive me for delivering a witch to you. I could not be surprised if she tried snooping around. She's a ruthless fiend who will do anything for money. Should word of your curse happen to spread, it would surely draw unwanted attention from the church.
Ja, vielleicht ist aber einfach die Church das gewesen, ne?
Die ihn töten lassen.
Ja, kann auch sein.
Yeah. We have no allies except each other. Michael. With this letter, I have included a knife. Yo. This blade has been blessed with holy water, which should allow it to eradicate the corrupt, evil soul of the witch.
Auch eine Sache, die mir gerade aufgefallen ist vielleicht, und zwar diesen letzten Brief, den er an die Mutter geschrieben hat, so ja, ich will zurückkommen als Michel, kann sein, dass die Mutter dann halt einfach der Church berichtet hat, dass da ein Cursed Being lebt und was nicht wieder kommen kann, weißt du? Oder EINE das abgefangen hat und das dann auch berichtet hat, so, kann auch sein. Also einfach mit der Church.
I ask of you, with all my heart, to send that awful creature back to hell.
Ah, Michi was chilling. It was storming that night. Erratic claps of thunder ripping through the sky. Giselle let out a panicked scream, shoving me back. And the look in her eyes kicked into motion emotions I had thought I'd lost. I knew that face. I knew that scream. Because that face had once been mine. I had screamed with the same utter despair at the world. Back to the way things were.
Yes, finally. It's quiet again. Sagt sie.
Ja.
I'm honestly surprised she stayed as long as she did.
Ja, noch für einen Monat und
Ich
dann...
wollte gerade sagen, wie lange war sie nochmal?
Einen Monat war sie zuerst da, dann war sie weg für unbedenkte Zeit, weiß man nicht ganz
eine
genau,
Woche
glaube ich.
oder so. I guess.
Ich glaube, es war im Spring, als er dann wiederkam. Also Nee, warte mal.
Aber sie war noch nur so eine Woche oder so in dem Dorf. Oder einen Monat?
Ich weiß nicht. Kann etwas länger sein und dann halt wieder zurück und dann für ein Jahr zusammen mit mich.
Ja, okay. In a way, her tenacity is rather impressive. Not many would persist for so long in the face of such obvious disinterest. But you know, no one would try to get friendly with you without good reason. Information about you carries considerable weight outside these walls.
But the look on her face then, was that really her just putting on an act because I revealed her scheming?
If you think she was afraid of you, you're mistaken. That's how people behave when their sins are brought to light.
She was screaming though. And she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away.
You're not going to let a woman's screams cloud your judgment, are you?
Ach, Digga.
A woman can make a weapon out of anything. Tears, a smile, fear. The day she arrived, you recognized her smile as fake. So surely you aren't going to fall for this.
I'm not falling for anything. Ja, aber die manipulated dich gerade. Manipulated dich. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up.
Just nothing, my dear. In fact, what perplexes me is why you didn't simply kill her when you had the chance. You should have stopped her when you had the chance. Are you afraid of the sight of blood? The blood of your tormentors has no more worth than that of a wild boar.
Ja, aber sie hat nichts gemacht, Giselle.
You should have sliced her throat without a second thought. Although, I suppose that would have made quite a mess. Now, that makes more sense. You were not afraid of hurting her, you merely didn't want the burden of having to clean up afterwards.
Ja.
How very like you.
Be quiet.
Oh, come on. That woman's finally gone and it's back to just the two of us. And you don't want to talk?
Silence, please.
As you wish. I will celebrate your accomplishment in silence, my dearest friend. I imagine she's out there, half buried in the cold earth by now.
I get chilly. Oops. I get chills every time I consider where I would be if I had done as Mother said. If I had killed you, or if out there in the forest you had succumbed to the unforgiving weather. Life had never given me much in the way of good fortune, but you coming back, you being alive, was absolutely a blessing.
I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole
Dann hat
world.
seine Aura Pampos.
You don't have any idea what I went through there. How hard it was just to keep myself together.
Giselle, I do understand. I know very well how difficult, how painful it can be for no one to believe you, for no one to accept you. I know far too well what it's like to want to scream that you're done with this whole damn world. I truly do. That day, for the first time, we saw past the surface. We got to know each other as people. It was nothing more than a single small step, but for us it was like we had moved a mountain. I still remember how the light felt as it shone through the windows. We opened together. It didn't burn. And while this might sound melodramatic, I feel safe in saying it was probably the gentlest light I had ever felt in my life. Following my
Oh, the soundtrack.
ja, Reconciliation.
Ja, so wieder gut noch.
Ja, ich weiß, aber die Aussprechung ist immer.
Sag nochmal. Ich sag dann sagst du. Reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
Ja.
Wenn ich einmal, also ich vergesse wieder, wahrscheinlich. With Giselle, I started turning back into my old self. Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose that's not quite correct. I felt a comfort and peace with myself that I never had before. That may have been the first time I was really human. Having someone else around began to feel normal. It was something I was certain I would never have. It was incredible. Though, to someone else, our time together may have seemed frivolous and empty, our conversations meaningless chatter. I'd never thought that the day would come when someone would laugh at something I said, when someone would smile at the sight of me. However trivial, seeing Giselle's smile made me happy.
Oh darn it, where'd you get off to? Are you here? Are you in the vase?
Die haben echt Verstecken gespielt, wie ich gehört hatte. Ne? What's all the racket? Oder will sie jetzt spielen? Is something the matter? Oder was sucht sie?
Ah, Master. Yes, a cat.
What? Eine Katze! Ne? Wie sie die drei Brüder wollten, ne? A cat?
A naughty little cat's been sneaking into the cellar the past few days, so I'm trying to catch him.
Ja, immer noch. Wer zum Fick hat das auch in dem Keller geschrieben? Ne?
If you happen to come across him, don't let him get away.
Das war in der dritten Door.
Ja.
Right. And what will you do once you've caught him? Kill him. I will eat him.
I don't want to punish him, that would be mean. If he insists on coming back, I think I'll take him in and teach him how to be a house cat.
Das will not work, solange die Katze irgendwo anders essen kriegt, die dann. You mean to keep him?
Are you not fond of cats, Master?
I don't mind them, no.
Then there you have it. I hope he doesn't take too long to warm up to us.
Maybe it'll help if you give him a name. Oh mein Gott. Wie sieht er aber denn aus, ne?
Oh, a name? That's a great idea. What should we call him then? You decide,
Und dann jetzt wieder Ugly Shackles? You want me to pick a name?
This is your house after all. So it's only right you would be the one to choose.
I'm not sure I follow that reasoning. What does the cat look like?
Well, he's wild, so he's dirty, I guess.
Ja, dirty wild oder so nennt ihn dann.
And he's kind of got some spots here and there, also dirty spots.
Ja, is he ugly?
I'd say so, yeah.
Ugly spots oder so, oder ugly dirt.
Haben wir die Tiere schon mal gesehen?
Nee, ich glaube nicht.
Weil ich kann mich an sowas...
Nee, sag nicht. Alright then. Ugly Speckles, MK2.
Okay.
Ja, das
MK2.
kommt. Also MK2,
Ja.
so Version 2 oder der zweite.
That's a name? Why on earth would you want to call something that? And what does MK2 even mean?
Be quiet.
It's on you if he runs away, master.
My time with Giselle made a normal person out of me. Made me able to tell stupid jokes, to get frustrated or surprised or exasperated. I started showing actual emotion. Our silly, meaningless banter became something precious. My heart of stone began to soften. The world she created for me was what I had yearned for my whole life. Having lost half of it imprisoned and spent the other half playing an identity that conflicted with how I felt in my heart. It was the first time I genuinely felt like I was allowed to be myself.
Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky.
Ja, wegen diesem Scheiß, ne?
It's no good for you. Jetzt sehen wir so these flashes von den Szenen. You make a mockery out of the culinary arts. Culinary arts.
Ja, weil sie nie so gejuckt hat, so, ne?
I've made quite enough. I've heard quite enough, master. It sounds like I'm going to need to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation.
Sonic's geil.
So geil. Ich glaube, das ist mein Lieblings von allen.
Boah, keine Ahnung.
How about this, master? Play a game against me.
Ich werde eher am
Jetzt
Ende.
ist ein Chess-Game, oder?
Es ist so viel zu anstrengend, Shazam immer zu machen. Ich werde einfach am Ende, wenn wir alles durchgespielt haben, so OST.
Die ganze Sorte hören.
Ja, dann einfach alle mal. Nicht unbedingt jeden einzeln durchhören, aber so die entspannten.
And of course, if you're open to it, it doesn't have to end there. We can continue getting to know each other for years to come.
Ja, aber warum wurden Nights geschickt? Ich bin gespannt, Digga. Giselle.
So, warum was?
Die Ritter gesendet wurden da.
Stimmt, ja.
Though I did my best to not show it, I think that I treasured our time together even more than you did. I'd latched onto it, desperately refusing to let go. I needed it. And I needed you. Ja, for fuck's sake, ne? Yo.
Oh.
Are you listening, Morgana?
I can hear you just fine, my dear. Now, what brings you all the way up here? You know you can call me from anywhere in the house.
Oh mein Gott, oder hat er jetzt gesagt, dass der Dad sterben soll mit dem Curse?
Damit er zurück... Ah.
Mit ihr kann.
Okay.
Kann sein, mal schauen.
My bonds to this tower have been broken.
This is a conversation we can only have here. The place where we first met. It's time for us to part ways, oder mal schauen.
Ja, weil wir sie loswerden. Oder er will sie loswerden und sie sagt, du kannst mich nur loswerden, indem du einen cursed.
Yeah, maybe. My desires haven't changed since our first encounter. I wish to be a person.
To be a man?
Exactly. When I'm with Giselle, I am that. She makes me into the person I always wanted to be.
And now you wish to be rid of me, so you can complete your descent into the realm of the unclean.
I do.
You came all the way up here just to tell me that? A needless formality. I'm sorry, Michel, but we are kindred spirit as much as you may want to deny it. You could be second to only God, yet you spurn his gift.
I'm nothing like you. I'm a human. Nothing more.
I shall not condemn you. Sorry.
Tweet you, mein Junge.
For your unyielding resolve, but rather pity you for being so utterly blind.
Ist Michels Antwort?
Allow me to make a prediction before I depart, Michel. Cursed namesake of an archangel. You may think that you're making some sort of progress. Okay, nee, jetzt doch nicht. dem Vater.
Ja.
But the fact of the matter is, you've gone nowhere. Vor allem, das wird auch nicht so wirklich Sinn machen, weil the person I always wanted to be when I'm with her, und dann würde er also nicht diese Person sein, wenn er irgendjemand cursed. Also denke ich. Will that smile of Giselle's be able to withstand your secret? You know better than anyone that no one can accept who you are, not even her.
What you are.
What you are. You will never be with anyone.
I understand that.
No, Michel, you don't understand. But you will soon enough. What you have now is not true happiness. It's empty, naught but masquerade. And when the night is over, the masks will come off.
So what if it isn't permanent, isn't real? It isn't permanent, isn't real. Does being ephemeral make it worthless? What? Vergänglich? Okay. Why can I not want something that doesn't last forever? This is the first time I've ever found joy in life. Joy boy.
Those moments of happiness only serve to worsen the loss. The sweeter the honey, the more you despair when the pot runs dry. Sooner or later, you will return to me begging for my help. And I have every intention of giving it to you. Hat dann gemacht, Giselle zu retten.
Ja.
I will not hold this over you either. But when you come to me, it will be in the right time. Sorry, it will be in the time of your utmost despair. And when your little paradise finally comes crumbling down, you will become what I am. So I will take my leave from your side in anticipation of that day.
Ich habe so eine Idee gehabt, so für jeden, den sie den Wish erfüllt, kann sie halt in der Mansion gefangen halten. Für mich hat sie es gemacht am Ende der Fifth Door, für Giselle auch am Ende der Fifth Door.
Was mit den anderen
Reconstruction. Die anderen drei habe ich mir auch gerade so überlegt von. Hat sie halt ihr Blut gegeben, um deren so Gelüste zu erfüllen. Das hilft vielleicht auch. Ja.
Und das ist so der Price ist, dass man, wenn man einen Deal mit ihr macht, in der Mansion, tied to the Mansion ist.
Ja.
Until we meet again, my dear. Das ist ein guter Call.
Deswegen habe ich vorhin immer so kurz so länger gewartet, also I understand it. Und da hatte ich es gerade so überlegt.
Das könnte echt sein, ja.
Mal schauen.
Oh, hello, Master. I was just looking for you. I heated up some wine and thought you might... Something the matter?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Oh. It's nothing. All I did was warm it over the fire. Are you sure nothing's the matter?
I shouldn't be hearing the witch's voice anymore. So yes, I am fine.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful news, Master.
It is. Giselle seemed quite relieved when I informed her the witch would no longer be bothering me. I knew she didn't believe in the witch, but that wasn't what mattered. What did matter was that, despite likely questioning my sanity when I had first told her about it, she hadn't tried to pull away. She treated me the same as before. She never stopped smiling. And that meant so much more than whether or not she believed in the witch. With Morgana's voice no longer constantly in my ears, my life started to feel like some approximation of normal. In fact, I would say I was probably happier than most. Nevertheless, I intended to keep a certain degree of distance between us, for what the witch had said rang truer than I wanted to admit. You
will never be with anyone.
Having been born into this body, that was my reality, and there was nothing I could do to change it. I had come to accept that, or so I thought. I had thought. I wasn't going to covet what I couldn't have, but I had gotten a taste of that sweet happiness. I had started to develop a great affection for that smile. And as much as I tried to tell myself I was just getting caught up in the moment, the feelings would pass in time, I found myself unable to restrain the swelling of emotions within me. That day by the fireplace. Oh, Digga. I thought that all I wanted from you was friendship. To have you in my life, always nearby. Sagt man nearby oder nearby?
Nearby.
I thought that if we were simply friends, I would still be able to see that smile, even if you were to learn what I was. But that if we were merely friends, you would be able to accept that. So I would keep these things I felt inside at all costs. However, with each passing day, with each gentle smile, my affection for you swelled. It reached the point where, as hard as I tried to keep it contained, all it would take was the slightest nudge for it to come spilling out. And it made me desire what was out of reach. I was convinced I had changed, because this happiness had become my everyday. I had no right to any such thing, but I came to wish that I could be the center of your life. I yearned for you, and I wanted you to yearn for me. And like the fool I am, I thought that with you, it might even be possible. Ja, die Rose ins Haar.
Eben, genauso habe ich gedacht, das passiert.
Es ist auch so crazy.
Nochmal sehen.
Ja, es ist so crazy auch nochmal, wenn man überlegt, ne? Als der Reveal nach der 4. Door kam, dass
Die Mate des Whitehead Girl ist.
die,
Oder nein, das
ja eben nicht, dass die Mate nie existiert, oder dass die Mate halt, ne? Giselle ist,
Ja.
oder das Whitehead Girl nicht,
Ja.
nicht der 4. Door war.
Ja.
Dass es dann von Whitehead Girl Perspektive zu so wurde, mit
Ja.
der Rose. Das
Ja.
ist so krass irgendwie.
Ja.
Und dass es jetzt so auch immer noch ist und boah, so cool im Nachhinein zu sehen.
Ja, so viele Twists and Turns.
Oh,
Honestly, it's no trouble, I mean it.
Ja.
You just took me by surprise, that's all. I am pleased. It doesn't matter how it turns out. You drew it for me, Master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. I would be happy with anything drawn for me by the man I love.
That one word set me into motion, for I had long since fallen deeply, utterly in love with you, and there was no escaping that.
Listen very carefully. I love you. I love you so much. I feel like my heart is going to explode.
Nevertheless, there was also no escaping my past. What I was. Also deswegen hat er zuerst gesagt, I do not love you, so weil er dachte, sie kann nicht akzeptieren, dass er so ein onto God ist. Knowing I could never truly be with you, that I could do nothing about this body, I pushed you away. But seeing all the color drained from your face, I knew I had to take that step. I thought that maybe you could change my world. if you really did love me as much as you said, together we could change everything. We could walk a new path side by side. And so, I decided to trust my heart.
I'm in heaven. I'm so happy I could cry.
You are crying,
Ja.
even noch von der Nase, Digga.
Mhm.
I too was elated. Ja stimmt, da hat sie dann ihre Story erzählt, ne?
Ja.
Giselle. I'm sure you thought I was a kind-hearted man. That my love for you was pure and chaste. I wanted to be that for you. But beneath the surface lurked indecent desires. Despite saying I didn't want to hurt you, that just having you by my side was enough, my desire bubbled up at the warmth of your skin. I wanted to let that heat take over, to let my hands run free. I could feel it burning inside me. I longed for intimacy. Not just emotionally, but physically. I wished I could lay you down on my bed and satisfy those desires. I wanted to make love to you. Unfortunately, that was not possible. I didn't have the ability. No matter how hard I try, my body lacks the capability to be one with you. I can pray, and I can long, and I can wish all I want, but my body will never be what I want it to be. By the way, Freunde, ist mir dann auch nochmal so aufgefallen, so kurz, es gibt echt so, also es gab einmal...
Ich hab grad so nicht neu geschaut, ich hab so gelesen,
I
I
am
am gay. Das war ein Plot-Twist. Ja, solche.
Zwar, also in der, also, oder?
Sag jetzt, wie
In der Fifth Door ist so Vergangenheit von Giselle, in der Sixth Door ist
von der Maid.
der Maid, The Maid's Tale. Dann zwischen 6 und 7. Door war Vergangenheit von Morgana und jetzt 7. Door Vergangenheit von Michel.
Ja.
Michel. Ich frage mich, ob in der 8. dann auch oder zwischen der 7. und 8. noch eine Vergangenheit kommt von, aber gefühlt
Keine
The Man in the Painting.
Keine Ahnung.
Ja, kann sein, The Man in the Painting. I am gay. No, I'm grey. Though I have always known my true color, I have no way of becoming it. My heart has always known what I am, but the world refuses to accept it. Every time I claim I am normal, 5 say I am an abomination. Would it really have been too much to ask for me to be born normal? To let me be who I truly am? Is that really so much to ask? Things began to change when I learned my father Antonin had passed away. Gorgeous would, I assume, be busy preparing to take his place. And if what he had said was true, then I would be welcomed back to the estate. I would no longer be a demon child, but a member of the Bollinger family once more. Deep down though, I couldn't completely believe it would actually happen. After 11 years in exile, I had no idea how they felt about me anymore. Yeah. Would they even remember a promise they had made so long ago? Krass. Und 13 Jahre insgesamt auch, wenn man noch die 2 Jahre einzig, wo er gefangen war. Fear that they had...
Hier, Ding, Sirius.
Yeah.
I did my waiting.
I did my waiting, God. Fear that they wouldn't threaten to consume me. But Giselle, as she often seemed to do, put my mind at ease.
No matter where I go, you'll be there with me, Michel. It's true, I am nervous not knowing what the future holds. But not in a scared something bad might happen kind of way. It's more a jittery, excited anxiousness. I'm confident the two of us can overcome anything, no matter what obstacle may come our way. Together, we can create an even more wonderful future.
Could I believe her? Could I have faith in her wonderful future? That she would always be there with me? That we would return to the estate and finally move on with our lives? That together we could create a future? No, that wasn't a question. I wanted to have faith. I wanted to believe as much as she did. I wanted to believe that even if I was gay, even if I was grey, obviously, Jungs, Freunde, I could have a normal life together with her. She had rescued me from the depths of hell. And now now I wanted to make her happy. An der Stelle würde ich sagen, Freunde, nehmt die Like-Button auseinander und Conviction. Nächstes Mal geht's dann weiter, Freunde. Ich habe richtig Bock.
Ja.
Seventh Door, mal schauen, wie lange noch geht. Also, obviously kann es nicht mehr lang gehen, weil gleich kommt sein Ende und das war's. Aber nochmal ein paar Gedanken, bevor das passiert, I guess. Mal schauen, Freunde. Ja, nehmt die App auseinander, aktiviert gerne die Glocke, abonniert, checkt gerne Pathplays, Videos, Streams ab und ja, sehr geil da. Und damit würde ich sagen, wieder schauen, Freunde, und ciao.